Traveling to the Azores? Then listen carefully. The first thing you need to book is not your accommodation, but rather your rental car. Because the supply of car is tiny in the Azores Islands, the demand is insane, and without a car, you're screwed. You basically cannot explore the Azores. And trust me, it is a lot easier to find an apartment or a hotel than to find a rental car. And you may be thinking, oh, but I can simply call an Uber. Yeah, that's all very sweet, but in most of the Azores Islands, there is no Uber, and the taxi drivers are so few they can basically dictate whatever price it's in their mind. On this video, I'm going to break it down for you. Why you need a car, what it's actually like to drive in the Azores, and the mistakes that tourists always make when renting a car in here. And if we haven't met yet, hi, my name is Sarah Riobon, I am Portuguese and I have been traveling to the Azores since I'm 6 years old. I come here so often that around 4 years ago I launched my own website, toazoresislands.com, to help you plan your trip into my favorite islands in the entire world. Before we dive in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my new videos about the Azores, Porto and the Douro Valley. You can even join my mailing list. The link is in the description box, where I share tips and tricks about the Azores that you're not gonna find anywhere else. All right, let's talk about cars. The million-dollar question: do I really need to rent a car in the Azores? And the answer is yes, you absolutely do. And let me show you why. Public transportation is almost non-existent in all the Azores Islands, and where it exists, it's unreliable. Even on bigger islands like São Miguel and Terceira, buses are infrequent and don't reach many of the places you actually want to see. Some of the best spots, lakes, viewpoint, volcanoes, hiking trails, simply have no public transport access. More than 1.3 million tourists visit. It's way too few rental cars for way too many people that want to rent them. The cars get booked out with months in advance, especially during the summer months. And don't expect to rely on apps. There's no Uber, nothing like that in most of the Azores Islands. Sure, there are taxis, but not many, so they're always busy, they are pricey, and you don't want to depend on a taxi during a week of vacation. If you land in the Azores without a rental car reservation, you're in deep shit. That's why I recommend you booking your rental car the moment you book your flight. Yes, even before the accommodation. And of course, to make your life easier, I've added trusted links for rental car operators in the description box of these videos. Now let's talk about driving in the Azores. Driving in the Azores is not the same everywhere. It really depends on the islands that you're visiting, because each island feels different. And even within the same island, the road conditions can vary a lot. Generally speaking, the main roads, the ones that go around the perimeter of each island, are in excellent condition. Wide, smooth, well paved. But once you hit the secondary roads, it's really a gamble. Some are fine, others will shake the fillings out of your teeth. And then there are the wild cards, fog and rain. You can go from sunshine to driving inside a cloud in minutes, and visibility drops to almost nothing. Oh, and did I mention the cows? On many islands, you will find entire herds casually blocking the road. It's super normal. Just slow down, don't honk, be patient, and take a photo. This is part of the Azores experience. So yeah, driving in the Azores is a mix of smooth highways, bumpy back roads, cows, fog, and stunning views. Challenging sometimes, but always worth it. Let's move on to the practical part. How to actually rent a car in the Azores. Where, when, and what to watch for. First, location. There are only two ways to arrive at an island: by plane, or in the case of the Triangle Islands, Pico São Jorge Faial, by ferry. That's why the simplest option is always to pick up your car at the airport or at the ferry terminal. Second, costs. Car rental in the Azores are very seasonal and depend on the islands. On big islands like São Miguel, prices are more reasonable. On smaller islands like Flores, they can be shockingly high. That's why it pays off to book early, especially if you're traveling in the summer months. Third, car options. Don't expect Teslas or fancy SUVs. The smaller the island, the smaller the selection. Automatic cars are mostly found on São Miguel, Terceira and Faial, but they are rare and they are more expensive because in Portugal, most cars are manual. Fourth, insurance. This is where a lot of tourists get burned. Standard insurance comes with a high excess. I always recommend paying extra to reduce that excess to zero, which means that if you have a car accident, the value they will automatically block on your credit card to pay the expenses is smaller. But my biggest word of advice is this: don't leave your car rental for last minute. I know I've said this repeatedly, but it's because I've seen people doing this mistake over and over again. They book their flight, then they book the accommodation, and then they remember about the car a week before coming here, and all of a sudden either there are no cars available or they are terribly expensive. No, you need to do it the other way around. You book your flight, then you book your car, and then you book your accommodation. This is the correct way to take care of a trip in the Azores Islands. And I've even made this easy for you. Just use the trusted links that I included on the description box of this video to secure a car rental in the Azores. Now, I'm going to answer some of the frequently asked questions that people send me about car rental in the Azores. Do you have automatic cars in the Azores? Well, the answer is yes. Technically, you do have some automatic cars for rental, but not a lot of them, okay? Because the rule in Portugal is manual cars even these days. You're only going to be able to rent a manual car, especially in the smaller islands. So I recommend you to drive stick back home. Can I take a rental car on ferries between islands? You can take rental cars between the Triangle Islands, which are the islands of Pico, São Jorge and Faial. Just keep in mind that obviously they have way less space for cars inside the ferry than they have for people. For more information about the ferries, make sure to watch my video dedicated to ferries in the Azores Islands. What is the minimum age to rent, and are there extra fees? The legal driving age in Portugal is 18. What I do know is that usually drivers below 25 years old have to pay an extra fee, as well as driver over 70 years old, okay? So usually they either face restrictions or extra insurance requirements. Now, what documents do I need when picking up a car? Well, first of all, you need a valid driving license. It may be the case, depending on the country you're coming from, that you will need an international driving permit, which is an IDP. You need a passport or national identity card, and you need a credit card in the main driver's name so that they can secure the deposit. This is a value that they will hold on your credit card when you rent a car, and then a few days after you return the car safely, the money will come back to your bank account. Finally, how often are gas stations open? Are there islands where fuel is scarce? This is a great question, actually. I wouldn't say that fuel is scarce, but what I would say is that gas stations are scarce. Especially, for instance, I remember every time I go to São Jorge, the island is quite long, and you need to plan your trip because the gas stations are quite separate from one another, and you need to make sure that you have enough gas to move to the next gas station. Otherwise, you're gonna be screwed, you know. So what I always recommend you is to always check the level of fuel on your car to make sure that you don't find yourself in a pickle in the middle of an Azores field surrounded by cows. Here's the bottom line: if you want to explore the Azores properly, you need a rental car. Public transport won't take you to the lakes, to the fajas, to the volcanoes, or half the amazing places you've seen in photos of the Azores. Renting a car is freedom. It is the only way to do the Azores Islands justice. If this video helped you, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I got tons more Azores, Porto and Douro Valley content coming your way entirely for free. And of course, if you're ready to rent a car in the Azores, you'll find my trusted affiliate links in the description box. Use those links, support my channel, and make sure you got your car sorted out before you ever land in the Azores. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!